Hi, my name is Miro. This is Amadeus. He's my son. Forgive our casual appearance. We came in on a Saturday, thought we'd shoot this little video and basically just talk about, the journeys that we all take in our health. So one of the things I talk about, the reason we started this company is because Amadeus, knuckle it over here, when he was a little kid, he had a lot of serious health issues. So just, the journey that we went through with that in terms of where we started and where we ended up. When he was about 2 years old, he started having all kinds of seizures, all kinds of health issues. Never really well since his vaccinations and after vaccinations. He had another really bad episode when he was about 5, and he lost 18 pounds. When a 40-pound kid loses 18 pounds, it's really bad. And we had some adventures along the way with it. They told me he'd never walk or be normal, which he's not really that normal. So I think instead of kind of talking about the mechanics of it, I'm going to tell me, talk about yourself and where you're at now, kind of where you're at.
So, hi there, I'm Amadeus. I am the son of Miro. He's the guy who runs this whole Best Bay Natural Products family, because we consider you guys our family. And when I was younger, I had a lot of health issues. I still have a diet-controlled diabetes. I had epilepsy, so I was having seizures all the time, and I have celiac disease, so I can't eat gluten, any bread whatsoever. And when I was younger, I was a little kid. I would eat whatever I wanted, do whatever I wanted. I also was super, super weak and super scrawny, and the doctors were like, sometimes they tell my parents stuff like, oh, he might not make it, he's not going to walk, he's not going to ride a bike, he's not going to do things. And thanks to the remedies, my father, just the journey that I've had through natural health, I can now walk, ride a bike, swim, jump, do whatever you want. I broke my arm twice doing stupid stuff as a dumb kid, which, if I was bedridden in a wheelchair, which is where they said I would be, I wouldn't be able to do. Do you have anything to add?
Well, one of the things that we talk about when we talk about overall natural health and stuff, it isn't just, I need to have a remedy bottle to show you. It's not like, hey, take this magic remedy and you're 100% better. It's not like that. I mean, from days, the journey was, first of all, I'm going to say number one contributor was diet. And number two was his own attitude. We had him in physical therapy, and it was really interesting because he was little. He was 3 years old, and he wasn't able to climb up these steps they had. And what happened was he would actually use his face to climb up there. And that's why he looks like that now. So what happened was the therapist said, I've never seen a kid with that high level of frustration tolerance, right? So that was a big part of it. Yeah, we did our journey with the diet and with cutting back. Another issue you had was the pharmaceutical drugs. We've been to every specialist, all this other stuff, tests, drugs. And the more drugs and stuff they gave him, the worse he did, right? So it was a real journey of saying, okay, look, let's just put aside whatever our belief systems are and see what helps and what doesn't help.
What actually works.
What actually works, because, you're taught from a young age in society that, hey, if you're not feeling good, go see a doctor. And you actually should go see a doctor. But if what you're doing isn't working, start looking at other avenues. You have to go deeper. One of the fun stories I tell about Amadeus is, they told him that he'd never ride a bike. So he had no balance and no power. So he had this little bike. I let all the air out of the tires. And he rode that little bike with no air in his tires for the better part of a year and a half, right? And it was hilarious.
He never told me, by the way.
Okay, so what happened was, these little kids, and his little scrawny arms and legs, he'd be there pumping. And with no air in your tires, you do one pedal, and if you stop pedaling, the bike will just stop on its own, right? So he's just there, every other kid's pedaling twice, and the bike goes down the street, and he'd be pedaling. So one day I finally realized he'd gotten strong enough for it. I put air in the tires, and he was like, oh my God, this is like a jet plane.
Popping wheelies everywhere.
He was like, oh my God, this is so magical, right? So the whole time we were torturing him, actually. It was actually a lot of fun. But I think one of the reasons we wanted to shoot this video is we want to hear your stories as well, but also we want to kind of tell you that there's hope out there, that, I'm going to have a conversation today about his identity, and you want to...
Yeah, when I was younger, I was always the sick kid. I've always been, super small for my age. I mean, I'm 18 and I'm 120 pounds, so I'm still crazy small. And I was a small, scrawny, weak kid. And, it's like, oh, you're weak, you can't do anything, sit down and do this. And every single time, if I'd go to a birthday party at a friend's house, if I'd go to a school event, if I did something like that, it was like, oh, you can't do this because, you know, you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to do something. And through the natural remedies and through diet and everything, I've become a normal kid. And when I was younger, being sick was such a big part of my identity. I was a sick kid. I was this kid who, like, if they're having cake at a birthday party, I was like, oh, I can't have cake because I have gluten allergy. And I was always, you know, oh, he's the one who can't have cake. Because, you know, kids are. They're kind of mean. They're like, haha, you can't have cake. Well, now I still can't have cake, but I don't care because that's not my identity anymore. I'm a normal kid. And you know what? Instead of sitting on my butt and, you know, sitting there watching everyone else have fun and me being like, I'm the sick kid, I'm going to watch everyone else have fun because that's my identity. Now I'm going to go race them and I'm going to go win.
So yeah, obviously running is something important, and basketball.
Basketball is somewhat important.
But you know, we invite you to share your stories with us about how your journey is coming along and what's helped you and what hasn't helped you. And one of the things that our company does is we're saying, hey, look, we're not here to replace your doctors. Obviously, you have an issue, go see your doctor and stuff. But we're telling you, really, if you're in this long-term chronic health issue, explore your options, look at other stuff, open your mind, and most importantly, just don't give up. I know it's amazingly frustrating and disheartening when you're not feeling good or when your child is not feeling good, and you're like, you know, there's nothing, and there's always something. There's always something that's going to work, and whether it's acupuncture or homeopathy or naturopaths or any of these other 500 things, you know, just don't give up on it. And that's really the message of this whole video. Thanks.